Hi, everybody. I'm Tracy Flintoff, and my dear presenters with me, Cami and Jeff, and we're so glad to have you here with us for our deep dive tonight. We've got a twofer for you. So we typically don't have a lot of time to go through the supportive patches. So I put together something on glutathione because I think it's pretty miraculous and amazing. And when you see what I'm going to show, you're going to know why I'm saying that. And then Cami's going to follow up with one of those new learning tools that we have been developing for you. And we hope that this is of help to you and informational and just helps with your learning curve. And what is this thing? Just bear with me 1 second. I have a temperamental technology. Does anybody else know that term? Anyway, tonight we're talking about toxins and glutathione, which is our master antioxidant. And it is pretty incredible what it can do for the body. But before I get into that, I just want to give our standard disclaimer that we're talking about a holistic wellness product, and none of us are medical professionals, and we're not going to diagnose, treat any medical conditions. And we want you to talk with your medical team on anything you might be facing. Tonight, we're just sharing information. We're going to help you learn from other people's experience and some pictures. So what we're going to look at is there's causes of disease, and this is a slide Cami put together a while ago, and it's really dis-ease. So when you're healthy, everything is easy, right? You got easy in the body. But when things go awry, and that can be from toxins, trauma, or lack of nutrition, that's when the disease element can creep in. So we're going to talk tonight about toxicity. And we can get that in the body through a lot of different ways, whether you're breathing it in, your skin's taking it in through, makeup, sunscreen, moisturizer, digesting our food, what might be in our stomach that maybe shouldn't be in our stomach, like maybe pesticides, self-administered things like alcohol, smoking, pharmaceuticals. There's a variety of things. And then there's internally produced toxins. That's actually gut bacteria from imbalance, yeast overgrowth, the lack of digestive enzymes, food sensitivities. And there's a lot of different ways that toxins can impact our body. And the good news is we're here to talk tonight about how to reverse that damage, how to prevent it. And this is a really interesting compilation of slides here, and this is toxic damage happening to kidney cells. And these are human kidney cells, and those cells die after 90 minutes when they're exposed. I can't even say that word. Glyphosate, or you might know it as Roundup, that weed killer out there in the garden. But look at the difference here, a progression. That's pretty frightening. And a lot of us have innocently used that product. And later down the road, it can flare up in different ways. And we're going to talk about that. But there was a study looking at the difference between light and dark. Light is typically representing life and goodness. And if you look at these pictures, all the images on the left are light. Look at that tree and the birds, and everything's happy and joyous in that sunshine, right? When we look at the next slide there, healthy cell in the green, you see brightness in that cell compilation. And when we look at the brain heat mapping scan on the left, that's a normal brain. Look at the lightness as compared to that diseased brain. And darkness can represent disease and death, decay and decline. And so, they always say, stay in the light, be the light. You're going to see why. And we're talking about our immune system tonight. And that's really where toxins are stored, targeted. And the goal of all of us is to have a balanced immune system. That yellow line there in the middle with the arrow, that is when the body is operating optimally and everything's firing on all cylinders, if you will. But as we have internal threats in our body, we can develop things that are considered autoimmune issues like type 1 diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, skin-related issues, psoriasis, multiple sclerosis, many issues, inflammatory bowel disease. And then when those internal threats really get out of control, it can attack our immune system. Now we're going down into the red on the left, and an underreaction in the immune system can be the result of cancer, hepatitis, HIV, shingles, tuberculosis. Those are things that are not optimum in the body, right? They are bringing the body down. But we'll go back up to the blue and the upper right quadrant, and we're looking at external threats that cause our immune system to overreact. And that can trigger an allergic reaction. And I think we've all had those: watering eyes, sneezing, coughing, just feeling a little crummy. And when we're in that category of external threats and we're looking at things that cause the body to, the immune system actually, to underreact, that would be infection, viruses, bacteria, parasites. These things are very detrimental to our health. So we're going to talk about what can we do to live healthier. So you really want to work on reducing the toxins in your environment, and you maybe try and get rid of some of those store-bought weed killers and look at natural alternatives. Maybe it's vinegar and Dawn dishwashing soap and different natural alternatives. But in terms of what we put in the body, food, personal care, we want to do detoxes regularly. We want to get enough sleep. And we want to use, and I put it really big, glutathione, and drink lemon water. Those are some really cool ways to keep those naughty toxins at bay. But you also want to take every opportunity you can to add healing light into your life, because that really can do so much good. And they say we really should get 20 minutes a day of sunlight. It's very important for our vitamin D. And those of us up here in the Pacific Northwest, we are deprived of that. And we tend to have a lot more of these glutathione related issues in our body. And I'm going to show you some of those in a minute. But first, I want to explain to you, what is glutathione? I never heard of this term before this company. In fact, Joyce, our good friend on here, she's the one who introduced me to it. And I am so thankful, because I'm working all the time to try and keep my glutathione up. It's produced naturally in our body. And the reality is, every cell in our body contains some level of glutathione. And it's our own. It's a master antioxidant, and it's incredibly powerful to detoxify. And why might we want to consider raising our levels? Because Mother Nature has this bell curve design of health. And when we get around that age 30 mark, we're down close to 50%. That's not just glutathione. That can be our collagen, our melatonin, why we stop sleeping so deeply and well. That can be hair loss. And that's also those repair cells, those master stem cells. We lose those too. But here's the sad reality. When we're losing that glutathione that's responsible to keep us toxin free, our body is ramping up on oxidative stress levels. A lot of it's because of age and diet and stress and just the environment, the water we drink, the air we breathe. It's really sad. But glutathione is incredible anti-aging benefits to it. It is supporting the immune system. It has properties that can help support and prevent those fast-growing cells, and helps remove free radical damage and heavy metals from the body. And it's just doing so many good things to help control inflammation, the root cause of a lot of chronic conditions. But a lot of people call glutathione a miracle worker because it is doing so many amazing things for the body. What they're showing you here in the middle of this is a supplement. That is maybe not the miracle. Glutathione itself is truly the miracle, but how you get it really matters, because it comes down to the age-old question: can you fool Mother Nature? And maybe occasionally for a short period of time. But here's the reality: it is the body's most precious antioxidant. Your liver is making it every single day. And depending on your glutathione level, determines how much it's making. Most of us are quite deficient in this. And our detoxification pathways become compromised when those cell signals and inflammation start to take over, and toxins, and we may become deficient in glutathione. You can eat healthy. Try your best to eat a lot of avocados, broccoli, garlic, spinach, tomatoes. That is really helpful to helping that. But guess what? If you are already deficient, you're going to have to do a lot more than eat that, unless that's all you're going to eat. You're going to be eating a lot all day long. You can try supplements. Here's the reality. They are synthetic. They are foreign to the body. And our gut doesn't always absorb what isn't naturally given in the body. So the reality is with a supplement, they've done testing, and the half-life is about 7 minutes. That is the measure of how long that supplement is in the body at full strength. And the next level of trying to get it and bypassing the gut, because the gut really breaks down that synthetic glutathione very quickly in the supplement form. A lot of natural providers these days are recommending their patients bypass the supplemental chain and go to an IV infusion. And you can get glutathione through that IV or shot. It's about 150, 120, or $225 every time you get one. You need to do these frequently because, again, the half-life, even of the IV therapy, is not much better than that 7 minutes in the supplement. But what we're here to talk about tonight is an amazing alternative, phototherapy patches. They are non-transdermal. They are not putting chemicals in your bloodstream or your body. We are talking a reflection of light, and it's raising your own glutathione. But I thought that this chart was really eye-opening and quite alarming. And it really explains why so many people later in life start getting these things, these neuro and brain related declines like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, ALS, migraines, even spectrum disorders, ADHD, depression. They all are related to having a low glutathione. And I'm going to explain to you that brain gut connection here in just a minute. Cardiovascular, we've got stroke and different conditions, hypertension, immune, and different fast growing cell conditions. They are all related to a low glutathione, even acne. I just thought that was just a simple little bump on the skin, but no, that's a telltale sign. Mother Nature's waving a flag. Hey, this is a symptom. Pay attention. Fix the problem. Rheumatoid arthritis and all your allergies are all related to this. Thyroid, that was me. I had a hypothyroidism for 15 years. I'd been on levothyroxine and I was told I'd be on it the rest of my life. I didn't question it. Doctors told me that. I said, oh, okay. You tell me to do it. I'm going to do it. Guess what? 4.5 months after using these patches, I regenerated my thyroid. And how did I know that? I was going through the change of life. I was losing words. I was losing hair. I wasn't sleeping because of hot flashes. I slept in 2-hour increments and I was crying. I was very emotional, and that's just not me. And I started using these patches. All of those things went away very quickly, and I started living my best life. 4.5 months later, though, they all started coming back. I went to my medical doctor, and he knew about these patches because I'd shared them with him before I even started taking them or using them, I should say. And I told him, oh, patches aren't working anymore. I don't know what's wrong. Everything's falling apart. All the bad change of life symptoms are back. And he laughed at me and he goes, nah, those master repair cells, they know what they're doing. I highly doubt they're stopped working. I suspect your thyroid is regenerated. And lo and behold, yep, sure has. I'm off of levothyroxine now 2.5 years. And I'm never looking back. A lot of other amazing things have happened for me too. My eyesight has improved, and this helps a lot of different conditions in the body, gout, um, inflammatory skin conditions, ulcers. Here's the cool thing. When we use this patch, it's raising our own glutathione very, very rapidly. So real quickly, I want to give you the toxic issues that can trigger arthritis and pain and inflammation. The reality is 70% of our immune system comes from that digestive tract, and glutathione is regulating a lot of that. But if your gut is bogged down with toxins, the immune system isn't working well either. So your gut lining starts to get attacked by these toxins, and it starts to create more of a fine mesh rather than a nice stomach wall. And that is when your healthy digestion can start allowing things to pass through that shouldn't. When that gut lining is damaged, like over here on the right side, things start to fall through the cracks that don't belong there. And they are undigested proteins. And they look a lot like the proteins in your joints. So your immune system sees them and thinks, let's start destroying them. So those nice synovial fluid joint lubrication in your joints start getting attacked by your own body because of a breakdown in the gut. That term, leaky gut. And it doesn't only affect joints, it can be on your hands, your fingers. You've heard of neuropathy in the feet. You've heard of plantar fasciitis. All of those itis conditions are all toxin based. And so what we're going to talk about is what can we do about that? Because there's really good news. And again, I am not diagnosing or treating. I'm just letting you know how the body works. And I'm going to let you know how phototherapy works with the signaling device within the body to make change. So this is clinically proven to bring back human glutathione. And you can read all of the many things it does here, and what it's doing is it's elevating your natural glutathione levels about 300% in your first 24 hours of use. Now, I don't want to confuse you. We only wear these patches 12 hours on. We're simulating sunlight, daytime out there, right? We're putting light directly in the body with a stimulation of the skin by the patch. And then we have 12 hours of darkness, and that's when the body does the healing. So we wake it up with light and we let it rest and repair with darkness. When you get started on these, I really want to stress to you because I didn't know any better in the beginning and I made a few people a little toxic and maybe detoxing way too quickly. X39 and Eon is your best combination for the first introductory phase, like 30 days, depending on your condition. It could be 60 or 90 days if you're a highly, highly toxic condition in your body. You can gently ramp this up. So say after 30 days, you were to add on the glutathione, you would set a timer on your phone for about 6 hours and check in with yourself and see how you're feeling. Because we just don't want you to do this too much, but you want to drink a lot of water. This is showing you here the difference of a supplement raising your own glutathione about 10%. This is 300%. I want to show you a few different little things here. This is a brain. Look at all those little nooks and crannies in there. We have a lot of conditions that are toxic related, Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, and it's easy to see why those things can get trapped in there, especially metals, those heavy metals, aluminum. And this lady here, October 18th, she was trying to sign her name, and you can see it was kind of a squiggled mess, right? October 31st, 1 week apart here, she signs her name again, and look at the difference. That is somebody's brain detoxifying, getting that stuff out that doesn't belong there. And you can read over here, writing is coming back. The voice is stronger. No more depression, not using walking sticks, anxiety better, and starting to reverse symptoms of that P word. And again, I am not diagnosing here. I'm not making promises. I'm just giving you the results of somebody that tried this and what their experience was. And we have lots of those. And Cammie's going to share a tool with you. I was just showing that testimonial came from what Cammie's going to show you in a minute. But here's some other conditions: Bell's palsy, psoriasis, and Guillain-Barré syndrome. These are all toxin-based autoimmune skin conditions. We show this one all the time in our introductory phase. These are all resolving by getting those toxins out of the body. Our friend, blind dog, look at that. White, frosty eyes, no pupil. A week later, this dog is starting to see again. Um, Changing lives. This guy here says it healed my body. And truly, you can see the difference. That acne is all regenerating and some beautiful, smooth skin emerging. And this lady has eczema, but look in a few months here, how that has dramatically changed. But it's all about our detox pathways. We have many of them: skin, lungs, kidney, digestive system. We need to make sure those pathways stay open so we have exit ramps off the toxic freeways. When those exit ramps close, we start to back up with toxins and conditions really start to build up because we get tired cells and have issues. But we have a connection between the gut and the brain, not grain, gut and brain. And we have tools in this amazing system to help regenerate that gut and change some things up. That glutathione is a really critical patch in that. This can show you the transformation. This was 18 days, my bonus daughter. This is another lady down 57 pounds in 5 months. But starting your day off with nice warm lemon water. That's a great way to work on detoxifying, getting good clean water in your body. Coming in August, we have the first ever of its kind in the world, a light infused water machine. That is going to be a game changer for the body. But again, the patches are all about finding balance and homeostasis. Everyone's timeline is different, but it really comes down to a future of wellness today. And it's not just about patches. There's a whole lot more to this company and exciting times ahead. So I'm going to turn it over to Cami now, and she's going to walk you through a really cool tool called Telegram. I think. Cami,
I'm here.
still there?
Sorry. I was opening my PowerPoint. I didn't know if you had it.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure I didn't lose you.
You're not. So let me open my PowerPoint here super briefly. If your brain is full, I want to give you permission to press pause on the video or just know that we're recording this so you can come back to this. And I'm going to be sharing with you a tool of where we're putting our recordings. So I don't want to overwhelm you. That's the last thing I want to do and give you analysis paralysis. That's a bad thing. We got to keep you moving forward in a positive direction. All right. So what I'm going to share with you tonight, and first of all, I'm just going to show you my phone. Okay. Cell phone. Okay. So this is an amazing tool that when I'm talking to a friend or I get people, a lot of brand partners, a lot of people who like to share this technology, or even just somebody going, I wonder if these patches work for whatever, right? So we have tools at our fingertips, and I remember we cannot treat, diagnose, or cure, but we're going to share. We have the opportunity to share other people's results, right? Other people's stories. So I'm going to share a tool that we have on our fingertips. I'm sorry, I am sharing the wrong screen. It selected the wrong one. I'm not sure why. Just a second. Okay. Second time's the charm. I know it.
I call it a technology tantrum.
It's
Welcome
a
to my
tech
world, Cami.
tantrum. That's funny. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing again one more time. I have a couple of PowerPoints open, so I'm going to close the other ones and see if that's why it's giving us a little tantrum. So if you don't have this app already, I highly recommend it. If you're watching on your computer, use your phone and take a picture of this screen that I'm about to share with you, because it is the tool. Did we make it? We made it. Awesome. Okay. Do you see that paper airplane icon? That is an app called Telegram. Telegram is a secure texting and messaging app. You can do phone calls on it. You can do all kinds of things. It works like Messenger. It works like text. It works like all these other different apps that we have, WhatsApp and other things, except Telegram is somewhat secure. So in that way, we can be a little bit freer in how we share about the patches. And so it's nice to be able to share results, share stories, and different things like that.
within Telegram, there are groups. And the groups, we have created our own chat group or channel where we are posting videos and before and afters of results that we are having to be a resource for you. So as you see on the right here, there's different groups that I am a part of. Harmony Patching, where that yellow arrow is, that's our group that we are starting. Harmony, Team Harmony is part of the greater Team Evolve, and some of these other Team Evolve groups are also fantastic, but Team Harmony is our group. So if you have somebody asking you, do you know if the patches work for, you name it, you name something in your mind that somebody's asked you or you wonder about, then you might have this resource at your fingertips so that you can do a search to find out more information about people's experiences with those things. So remember, we're not treating, diagnosing, or claiming to cure anything, but we're showing you, like on the deep dive or on the StartX 39 now, we show you the science, and we show you the patents, we show you the results of the studies. But remember, every body is different. So we can't claim that this is going to work for you like it did for that person. But it is helpful when the doctor gives you no hope or very little hope or take this pill until you die, hope. That's not hope. It's nice to know that you have some options of things that you might, that work for other people. So here's how you find those stories. Here's how you find that information and share it with your friends, okay? Please, pinky promise me, if this is too technical, go back and watch this again. If this is, again, too technical, reach out to one of us on Team Harmony. We will gladly help you, okay? So on the left, if you download the app, then please ask the person who invited you to enjoy the patches to be a part of the Harmony Patching group on Telegram. Okay, if you're on Telegram. But let me show you how cool this is. Okay, so when you first open that Harmony Patching group, you'll see this picture as you do on the left. Whatever was posted last, it comes up on the bottom of the feed, and that's where you, the screen shows you. But you see that beautiful little picture of the pink and blue, and with the blue letters in the corner, this round thing right here. If you touch that on your phone, it takes you to this screen. And this is also, friends, when you want to invite somebody to be a part of this, if you are a brand partner or if you are somebody who's sharing this and they are using the patches, please invite them to this private group. We ask that you don't turn it into a big chat. We're just sharing resources and tools here and making it very searchable. We don't want anybody to get lost here. But you can go to subscribers and it shows you how to invite somebody to this group. But I want to show you this cute little magnifying glass here. That's the search icon for everything computer related, right? Everything on your phone, you find that icon and you can search. So let's pretend that you press that on your phone, and what happens next? You get your screen again back in the group with the search bar up here. So when I typed in the word arthritis, then we're just building this channel, but look, the keyword arthritis shows up 11 times. Look at the bottom of this screen. So I'm looking at this on my screen, one of 11 resources. The word arthritis came up 11 times on this channel. And I navigate to number 2 and 3 and 4 by using my up arrow here on the side of my phone, okay, on the screen. Let's say I have a friend. So let's look for cancer. So cancer, we don't say that word very much. We're very careful, but we have 2. And so when I took this screenshot off of my phone, my screen was resting on number 2 of 4 times that word came up. Sometimes we spell this word with an ampersand instead of an A, or an @ sign instead of an A. Okay. Look how many times the word pain came up. 1 of 31. So how do you found these things? Oh my goodness, my friend has cancer. My friend has arthritis. What are we going to do? You can press and hold your finger on that episode. Find one that you like, press and hold your finger to select it. And then the menu option to copy it should be there. And so you press copy. So that's copied. And then you go back to your texting app or messenger, however you communicate with this person. Please don't post them on your Facebook page. We're not ready to be that public yet, but soon we might be. But we can definitely private message these to your friends and send them, and then you press paste and you send it with your message. I do this all the time when I'm listening to one of these episodes and I'm going, oh my goodness, so-and-so needs to hear this. Or I'm scrolling and I have rabbit brain and I see something and I just had a conversation about something with somebody and I say, oh, and I copy it and I paste it and I say, I saw this and thought of you. Then they have this information that they can go to at their leisure. Or you can say, oh, hey, here's the information I promised. There's tons more like this. Let me know if you have questions. So that is what I wanted to share with you. I don't want to overwhelm you. If you have questions, message us, please, or message somebody who does use Telegram. But it's amazing. It's a great tool to be able to share information about the results that people are getting with these patches, and just share it with the disclaimer. We know everybody's different, but here's some hope.
Yeah, I love that Telegram. I tell you, that is the slickest.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Good job, Cami. You made that very, very easy to follow. Nice.
thank you.
Good
That's
job.
my job.
Good at it, girl.
All right.
All right. Anybody have questions on anything that we shared tonight? Glutathione or Telegram? We're happy to help clarify, answer any questions. Well, hearing no questions, I guess we'll say good night and we hope to see you again next week, Monday and Tuesday. And our deep dives for the next few weeks, we're going to take a different supportive patch and a different tool. So we'll just continue that little format for the next few weeks. And if you have a patch you're really excited us to tackle or a tool you need help with, let us know. We love your feedback. But thanks again for being with us, and we'll see you next week. Have a
Thanks,
great
you guys.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.